Melvin Goodman, Senior Fellow at the Center for International Policy, Adjunct Professor of Government at Johns Hopkins University. I was with the government for 42 years, 24 years at the CIA, and 18 years teaching on the faculty of the National War College. Hillary Clinton has said that no American soldier died in the Libyan operation, and therefore we can look at Libya as a success. That is not the only measure of success or failure. If you look at Libya in the largest context, it is a major failure and a major disaster for American foreign policy, and one more weakness that we see now in the North African, Middle Eastern, Levant situation. So once you removed a Gaddafi or you removed a Saddam Hussein, you had no institutional basis for reform, you had no institutional basis for succession, you had no institutional basis for building good governance. And Libya already is acting as if it were three governments and not one. So it's this kind of chaos that ensues when you introduce military force into an area that's been controlled by authoritarian strongmen. The problem with the military is they know all of the constraints about the use of military power. They can give you rhyme and verse about what the weaknesses of the military are. But once you turn a situation over to the military, then they feel it's a matter of will and they must win. Look at what's happening in Afghanistan now. They're trying to box in the president in terms of the withdrawal from Afghanistan. The military did the same thing in the case of Iraq. So you don't want to go to the military for nation building. The campaign rhetoric is always frightening. Every 4 years, our adversaries become 10 feet tall, and this campaign is no exception, particularly on the Republican side. So therefore, you see tremendous rhetoric devoted to more military force, more military spending, a bigger defense budget, more application of force around the world, more U.S. involvement, particularly in places such as Syria with special forces, very irresponsible talk about a no-fly zone. It goes on and on. On the Democratic side, I think Hillary Clinton presents a problem because of her support for the Iraq War, which was wrong. And then she was the major actor trying to persuade, and did persuade Obama to get more involved in Libya in a way that caused the chaos that's in Libya today. I would like to see Sanders show more depth on areas of foreign policy, but at least he has the judgment to recognize that following the Henry Kissinger playbook, it would not be the best idea for American foreign policy. I think he understands the need for constraint, the need to recognize that military power should be the last resort, and that we have to do nation building at home and stop these fool's errands abroad. The Center for International Policy has worked on all of these areas. Their website is ciponline.org for other opinions on these issues.